Shout y'all. Let's check them out. Transition. Whoa, where'd my charts go? Good morning.
Just like that. Now if I can only find my chart. Hank Hill, where did my chart go, Hank Hill? There you are. There's my chart. There's my chat. What up? Says let's go. Sam is gay, says Tony Buffett. Yeti says GM. LOL. Good morning, says Pablo. All right, let's get this music in tune. It's a little loud. You know, we're at the coffee. You know, look at this little cafe. This doesn't even look like Venice or anything. It looks like a neighborhood flooded in the background. What is this? This is AI as fuck. Look, you could tell like the wording is all AI, and it's just like a neighborhood that looks like it flooded. This is really weird. I don't know. It's a hell of an AI photo, but shout out to them. They're grinding, getting that YouTube money. You know, somebody that's not getting money are NFT holders right now. And we can talk about that too. We could talk about how these NFT holders aren't getting any money. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying. $3 Aster today, says Ben Gann. Rod Skrilla, GM. Rod Skrilla says, let's look at these damn charts. Yeah, that's like my new tagline for that shit. It's like,
Hold on, where's that? Let's look at these damn charts, y'all.
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. So let's look at them. I mean, I keep looking at NFTs, and you know, Pudgy Penguins are holding on, but it seems like everything else is about to die. I mean, Miladies especially are damn near 1.5 ETH. I haven't seen that in a very long time. I don't think anybody's talking about this either. Nobody wants to talk about like NFTs dying because, you know, they're all branding out and becoming, you know, soda companies and, you know, race car companies, and it's like we didn't need NFTs at all, you know?
The meme coin supercycle is not just a prediction about the future. It's already happening.
You can hold the NFT though. That's nice, I guess. As like a little collector's item, but it's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's go to look at Aster real quick. Aster, Ass Blaster, as I like to call it, is ass blasting bears, breaking through resistance levels. Didn't really pull back all the way to support here, just kind of front ran a little bit. You can look at the wicks, maybe, I don't know, but it's chilling at $2.27 right now. I think CZ made a sarcastic, quote unquote sarcastic tweet this morning that scared people off at this top level. If I go look at it real quick, CZ, just search CZ. He made a tweet that was like, I'm not a part of anything. Let me go see here real quick. Two portfolio. Oh, well, there you go. He just made another one, said two portfolios working together. He's bull posting Aster again. I don't think people got the sarcasm, which doesn't surprise me because CT doesn't get sarcasm at all. It does not translate well, I guess, when there's money involved. Here's the tweet right here. He said, no, definitely not me. Credit has to go to Hyperliquid. I don't even run a PerpDex project. I just shitpost. And he has a shrug in the prayer hands. And of course, people who are shorting Aster or missed out on Aster are going to take this out of context and try to use it desperately to help their underwater shorts or any other position that they may not have on Aster. So that was kind of like the interesting tweet this morning, I guess. I don't know. I see a lot of Muminas in the chat. Good morning, says Allergic. Dust under 10 million Aster mascot. Is that the Aster mascot? Okay, yeah, because on Aster, on the trading platform, I saw like the memes and then they had that little mascot on there. Because like every trading platform has their mascots or whatever. So, Bobo is bottom, sir. Nobody claims the bottom in our bear. Yeah, Bobo is it's definitely bottomed. It's we've had some big like bids come in the last couple days. People are just like, well, if Bobo's at 25 mil, I'm gonna drop 25 grand, because if it runs up to 100 mil, I have 100 grand, you know, that type of deal. It's the same thing when we were back at 25 mil before. People come in, we get new holders who come in and they're like, well, I'll just drop, you know, some bands on Bobo and hold it. So hopefully we get some people that actually want to hold, you know, Bobo and send it to levels that we want to accomplish. We all want to get higher level. We want to go to billions. We all want to see this meme hit a new all-time high. So, you know, we're just shuffling around right now. I think the Ethereum meme ecosystem, as people pointed out yesterday, has taken a really massive hit. So, I mean, honestly, coins that have survived on Ethereum to this point, shout out to you, because I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, you know, two of the biggest rivals on Ethereum for whatever reason. Let's look at the Bobo chart here. Let's get rid of my little shoddy line, and let's see how much Bobo is down from the local top here in July. Right, Bobo is down. Well, if you want to count this bounce, but it went down in total 63%, and it has bounced off the bottom so far about 7%. All right, if you wouldn't even call that a bounce yet. We don't know. Ethereum memes really haven't bounced, but it went down 63% since this local top, which is absolutely insane. So all these people that were here buying at up to 63, a third of them have vanished. I don't know. But that gets me to my next point. Let's look at the MOG chart. Let's look at the MOG chart. How much is MOG down from the local top? You guessed it. They are down 66%. So everything is down from that local top around 60+%, just in that 60% range. And that's currently where most memes are right now. As we know, Joe broke down out of this wedge pattern. And the reason for that is because of that IMF protocol. Someone was using that IMF protocol, the one where, you know, Bobo and Apu holders were ringing the alarm, sounding the alarms on it, blowing the, you know, whistleblowers, saying, don't use this protocol, you're going to get wrecked, it's going to wreck your coin's chart. And that's what happened to Joe. Luckily for Joe, though, is they had some bigger players get out of this that are important to their team and stuff. Not Joe Coin, but they got out of the IMF protocol to like salvage what was going to happen. So this was just like a community member that did this, and that's how dangerous that protocol is what I would say. And like, people think it's funny, like, you know, they're all haha kikiing about it, but this is what it can do to your chart when you don't know what you're doing. And luckily they were able to move funds out of that IMF protocol before it got even worse. I know it can actually get worse than that. So Joe will bounce back. They have some of the best animators, not only in the space, but I think Joe has some of the best animators in the world currently. That's my opinion on it. That do a lot of that content for crypto Twitter and, you know, CT. They do like the cool 3D videos for SPX. They do 3D videos for Bobo. They do just everything. And if you go look at Joe on the timeline, I wonder if I could find that Joe gif. The Joe gifs, like these ones where he's twerking or whatever. This I don't need to zoom in on it, but this Joe gif has been doing a ton of engagement across the timeline, like millions of views. Like, this has turned into its own meme, honestly, the little twerking Joe gif. So it's spreading fast, and Joe is gaining more popularity than ever, and I don't blame them for, you know, pushing it out and continuing to make more memes, because they own the IP rights to it now. So that's another meme that owns the IP rights to it. Another one. So before I talk about Troll, we're going to talk about Troll and their IP and their bounce, what they had, which was really good for their chart. But Joe will bounce back. All right, their team is too goated. Their animations are too dope, and they got the IP. So if you want to invest in Joe, the meme, they got it all. It's right there. It's cool. So that is my take on it. And I just think there's some really crappy people that lured some people into trading and that happening on their chart. So they might think it's funny. I don't. Anyway, let's go look at Troll, because Troll did exactly what we needed it to do. All right. Now, I don't really care. Hold on, let me turn this music down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more so I can hear myself. I don't really care much about it breaking out yet of this downtrend. Let's go ahead and just delete this real quick, because it was such a greatly timed tweet by Coinbase. It was almost too greatly timed. I said, like, they knew what they were doing, because this daily candle ripped and closed back over 10 cents, which is the $100 million support area, right? So it closed over $100 million. And why that is so important to me is because if you look at the Troll chart, there is absolutely like nothing to go off of support wise here, right? There's nothing to go off support wise unless you were looking at, 3 cents way down here, and that's not good. So they needed to build some type of support out of nowhere, so they got it with a Coinbase tweet. So that is perfect. That's great. It's something to build off of. They needed something to spark to stop it, stop the bleeding, basically. And they got it. So they got this to build off of now as a new support area. So we can go ahead and build this area right here out as a support. So that's good. This is a new area to hold, and it's pretty low to in comparison to where your all-time high was. So let's see how far you've pulled back as well. You've pulled back, you guessed it, 63, 64%. Every meme has pretty much pulled back around 64, 65%, something like that. So it's not just Bobo, it's not just Mog, it's pretty much everything across the board. Even though their market caps are different, it's pretty much the same percentage-wise. If you put $1,000 in all these memes, you're going to have around the same amount, is what I'm trying to say. All right? Everybody understand that? I know. But yeah, Troll is trying to build a support area here, and is trying to break out of this area. It's been trying to break out of for a really long time. So we'll see if we get a good candle close. I think it's going to happen here soon. Whoever the jerk is that keeps selling off this trend line, I think your days are numbered. And I think Troll will break out here soon. You've sold off enough. You've caused enough pain. And now the Chads and the Bulls have an area set up here of support around 100 mil that they can build back better with and cause a breakout. So anybody that was shorting Troll, this is like your worst nightmare if you're a bear. You get the Coinbase tweet, they close above 100 mil, and then they start attacking resistance. You didn't think they'd come back here, but now you got support right here, resistance right here. Something's got to give. I think it's a lot easier for bulls to break out of this than opposed to where I thought it was going to break out way up here. That would have been very strong, but the market has been pulling back. Solana has been pulling back. It just didn't happen. So we got a lower area to try to do it, and now we try again. I've been trying to trying to bull post this Troll breakout to all-time high for a while now, and now we have a new setup thanks to Coinbase. So shout out to Coinbase. I think you just saved the chart. And it's not just like, well, what? Let me think here. Okay, so Coinbase, typically a lot of their coins, when they've listed them recently, they haven't had pumps like at all. These exchanges, these new listings haven't had a real effect on the chart, but they did with Troll, because Troll needed anything. So there was a lot of scared people here selling off. They thought it was going to be a typical Solana chart. People just couldn't believe it. It's going to completely retrace, but then you get a little bit of confidence booster in here, and now we are so back. So I think that is what is going to happen with Troll. So stop being so scared. There's so much scared money right now in the market. It is blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. Because you still have, even though Ethereum, let's go to this real quick. I pissed a ton of people off with posting that distribution pattern on the timeline. Just people that don't follow me, don't know me. All I did was post. I'm going to go look at it real quick. We can go read some of the mean tweets or the mean comments too as well. Where's it at? Okay, so I posted this distribution schematic. People like to call it, whack off, whatever you want to call it. But it lines up pretty well with how Ethereum looks. So here are some of the comments I got, the angry comments, besides this monkey showing his ass. Let's see. Let's go. Ansem. Someone said Ansem continues to give people a playbook. They just laughing. Okay, we're not going to read that. Someone said, holy shit to a T. Where is the mean comments? Oh, here's this one. I don't know. Did bulls try to do psyops and they turned distribution patterns into spring patterns? I don't know. They're just like, this is the Uno reverse card of the distribution pattern, I guess. Let's see. Okay, then short it, pussy, says Andrew Wiener. Someone said get wrecked. Distribution in the big 2025. Hold on, there was a... They're posting whack-offs again. Send it. Come on, bro. At least get the right schematic. Time for a whack-off event, says More Light. Shout out to More Light, the dev of Ticker Bitcoin. Rage bait. There was are you this fucking stupid? ERC20 is literally keeping the UST bill market afloat. You fucking idiots. This is think that this is a normal 4-year cycle. You will get what you earn this cycle, clowns. No bears, only Pepes. All right. So they said stop posting bear stuff, start posting frog stuff again. All right. So those are some of the comments I got just from posting these two pictures side by side and putting LOL. And you can judge for yourself. I mean, to me, when I get comments like that back, it kind of scares me because I'm like, oh shit, are people are like lashing out? Because usually that's like top stuff, you know? Because when you do like buying the dip, like if you're like, say you're bull posting troll, you know, you're people that were bull posting troll at 8 cents, people are like, yeah, right, you're an idiot. But in the opposite direction. So that kind of scares me when I see some people kind of like lashing out that it could go down. But I do feel like this is just painted beautifully on the Ethereum chart, and it's a beautiful distribution pattern. It's probably one of the best ones I've ever seen. And that feels like you're trying to trap me. Like, is this a bear trap? Is this a bear trap? Like, bears are just like euphoric. They see this pattern. They're like, ooh, that looks tasty. You know, like, ooh, that looks really good. I should go in here and try this. And then all of a sudden, bear trap. And then you get trapped. And then the market pumps and you die. So if there was ever a bear trap, that would be a beautifully painted bear trap. And shout out to whoever painted that, the monster whales that have painted that. If you are a bear and you're painting that and you're trying to send a message, or if you're like trying to trap bears and you want to pump, I don't know, but that is a beautiful looking distribution pattern is what I'm trying to say. It's enough to trap some bears and scare some people. I know that. So yeah, it's so over, we're so back. If what I'm trying to say is, even with this beautiful distribution pattern painted on the Ethereum daily, we still have, gold doing, breaking out into price discovery, new all-time highs. We got, silver trying to make new all-time highs. So your risk-off assets are pumping, and most of the time Bitcoin will pump and catch up. I mean, Bitcoin already has a nice candle here on the daily, and we went over this too. If Bitcoin runs it back up to this neckline here, right around here, then you have a really nice inverse head and shoulders pattern here playing out. They could like break out of this neckline and then full send up to like 125 and make new all-time highs. It would look pretty nice on the chart too. So are we selling the bottom here currently? And are the demons painting distribution patterns on Ethereum right now? I don't know. It's like it looks so good to short that it makes you question it, is what I'm trying to say. I think something smells fishy here. I think this is a bear trap, and that's what I'm going to go with. I'm getting red flag vibes here. You're going to have to be a little bit better than that to trap me. This is, unless I'm like really overthinking it. And here, we get a red flag on here. This is a red flag. Someone's like, this looks too juicy. It's like, you know, a bear trap and they put like 50 salmon down there and like a jar of honey. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting on the Ethereum chart right now. That's, I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of how I feel about it. I see all that and I still wouldn't short. I'm still bullish on, like, you know, Aster and buying dips on everything. You know, like I said, long-term bullish on Troll. I just didn't know when a support would form. I think Troll's going to break out and go to 1 billion still. Like, I just, miss me with the psyops. Miss me with the psyops is what I'm trying to say. So we got Solana, who rejected off a nice resistance here. All-time high resistance. Check this out. Rejected, 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 rejected. So now you can look at this area. This looks like a nice area of support right here. And look at these. I think that's where you're trying to set up shop. Right around here. These candles, you wick down there. We'll see if you can set up shop right here. But this can consolidate underneath this level. If you can hold this level around 200, which would make sense, hold 200, consolidate underneath resistance, that would be a massive breakout to the upside in the price discovery. So I know, like, it looked pretty bad this past weekend. Everything sold off really hard, but there's still some hope here. There's still some hope where we can build back better and consolidate underneath these resistance levels and break out. And you will have officially shaked out like 90% of the market. I know, because these people are scared right now. They're selling everything. You can see it across all the meme charts. I mean, like, look at, you know, Mog. They're just, they're terrified. They're terrified. Bobo, they're terrified. Even, you know, like Pepe looked really good, and now people are just selling off. It's like everyone's scared. Everybody's scared. So buy the fear is what I'm trying to say. If you were buying the greed, why wouldn't, you know, you're buying highs, why aren't you buying the lows? Is what I'm trying to say. You know, Apu is basically free right now. Apu is free. Currently Apu is making a new low on the weekly here. Well, it actually would have to go down here, but it is breaking the support area here. So if you want to be an Apu, well, it's free. It's actually free. Let's go to the chat real quick. Why is IMF so sketchy? I saw something similar happen to Mog, supposedly. I've just seen, okay, well, there's been a lot of whales get liquidated on their protocol, their platform. And, you know, they don't really know what they're doing. I guess it's like trading leverage, like on a different level. Like, you're locking up all your tokens, and then you get like a liquidation level. It's like you might as well just hold spot, you know, like no real reason to risk all your coins in that protocol. It's like putting everything on leverage. It's just, yeah. Sorry, clear my throat. Keck, dude said build back better. Troll brings me the warm feelings of the 2023 Pepe bull run. It brings me those feelings as well, Mercury. I'm still very bullish on Troll. I think they just had to get through whatever turmoil this is right now. It's playing out a lot longer than like a Pepe run, but nonetheless, I still think it sends. I just, you know, you had a bunch of people make money up here. We went sideways for a while. People sold. They got scared. So this was like a real good capitulation down here, and then you got Coinbase. So instantly after capitulation, you got some faith restored in the chart, so maybe people will feel a little bit better about bidding down here and form a new support. But yeah, pack your bag, boys. It's over, says Bengan. Dominance looks like it's about to go up. Many will get trapped. Let me see here. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance real quick. Bitcoin dominance. What am I at? I'm at 25 minutes live streaming now. I said I was going to do a short stream because I got to go out in the real world. It sucks and buy stuff. I know. Dominance does look, you are right, dominance does look like it is starting to perk up a little bit. If you are here on the 4-hour chart, you just want to chart Bitcoin dominance. We are, ladies and gentlemen, we are charting Bitcoin dominance right now. It does look like it's trying to you know, hold a little area of support here and maybe get a nice little Chad spike up here. If that happens, maybe this Ethereum distribution does play out, and those people in the comments will be like, damn, maybe it did look like a distribution pattern. But I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of bullish stuff going on in the market right now, despite some of the bearish stuff. It's weird. It's a weird market right now. Some stuff is pumping, some stuff is dumping. Let's go look at SPX real quick. SPX is back at a support level here. This will look like, to many of you, head and shoulders pattern. That's what we're looking at right now. And we know those are bullish. The head and shoulders patterns are actually bullish. I don't know, not really. I just say that jokingly because usually they never play out, right? It's just like this really beautiful head and shoulders pattern here on the daily on SPX. You've come back down to a support level right here. You see your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder. And now you're catching a little bit of support. So this is your $1 level right here. So maybe we get a capitulation on here, a bid, time to bid, get your SPX tokens right here. But that's kind of what's forming right now on SPX. It is at support, and then you have that really nice resistance at 150. So these are just like your typical psychological levels of trading here. You got $1, $1.50, and $2. That has been very, technical, I guess, in the most basic way. $2, $1.50, $1. Those are your levels that you're bidding right now. Oxtrap reposted the stream. Rex still holding the OG Groiper. We are trying to make everyone know about the OG Groiper, says Fairplay. Oh yeah, I'm building out all the Groiper lore right now. I can go back to the OG Groiper voice real quick too. I kind of want to just do the stream in my regular voice, but yes, I am still holding is the answer. Someone said Mooncat. We can go look at Mooncat too. I need to go back to deck screener. I have no idea why I clicked off deck screener. Is Mooncat doing something? Is something happening on the Mooncat chart? I guess we can go see. Nyan. Oh, they're at 1 mil, 1.6 mil. Okay, there we go. So they are at the top of their little accumulation range here. Let me go ahead and just raise that up. You see this resistance every time they hit 1.6 mil. You're at the top of that right now. We sold off. So you're trying to break out on the Mooncat coin right now. But it is definitely a very good sign that you are still alive and kicking right now. I'm telling you, like this coin, I would not be surprised if this coin just pulled off a monster run because, like I said, the creator has pulled over $500,000 in creator fees from this coin. So he has stated himself that he's thankful for a coin actually, looking out for him and paying him. So I don't think he really has a problem with it at this moment because he's pulled out $500,000 and you guys are still trading the chart. So he's probably going to pull out $500,000 more, especially if this breaks out of this accumulation range and sends. And if this coin actually does start running, there will be a lot of FOMO because people are going to see this coin and they're going to be like, oh shit, this is the next, people are going to be like, this is the next Doge. This is, this is the cat coin of all cat coin memes. And you're going to see tons of bull posts, all because it's breaking out of its accumulation range and running up to like 5-6 mil, whatever. If it hits a new all-time high, we're going to be seeing a lot of new Mooncat chills on the timeline. But this has always been on my my radar here. It's not to the actual radar, it's not to the watch list. I'm going back to it all the time. Imagine if Mooncat was on Unichain. That would be fitting. And speaking of Mooncat, we got Mooncat, which is also still getting bull posted by Moonshot, and they are chilling at 2.3 mil currently. They are right in their accumulation range too. So you have yet another cat coin chilling in an accumulation range, and Mooncat made an attempt to moon here and break out of this accumulation range, but then they fell back into the accumulation range, and now you have this little diagonal downtrend line here where you could potentially break out around 2.7 mil and try again. But like I said, this is one of the more puzzling things to me. It's just because these Solana influencers don't have allocation, I guess, because they were shilling everything else under the sun on Moonshot. But you have the quote unquote mascot of Moonshot. You got an affiliate badge. You have Moonshot literally hard shilling you every other day. And all the Solana coals are just turning a blind eye to it, I guess. Very, very puzzling. It says a lot, This has pretty much everything that checks, it checks everything off the box, it's just a great coin on Solana. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just, it has everything. And, except, it's organic. And a lot of the coals hate that because they didn't get in at, 20K market cap to dump on you, I guess. But this is a beautiful organic cat sitting on Mooncat, and eventually it will be accumulated and sent. Sellers will be exhausted. I mean, this is a beautiful accumulation range right here. What other coin do you know on Solana can hold this $2 million range this long? It's been almost 3 months now of an accumulation range on Solana, so that's crazy. Because most coins just go straight to zero, you know what I'm saying? But there's definitely a floor here on Mooncat. What do you think Puiz can do now? Here's my theory on Puiz. Okay, I have a lot of theories on Puiz. Puiz actually popped. Why is Puiz up so much? Why did Puiz go up so much? Is Donald Trump dead again? Like, I don't want to say that, bro. Like, why is Puiz up so much? Or is it just pumping just because? That's kind of scary. Every time I see Puiz up, I immediately go like search Donald Trump or something. Go to the news. Where? Let me go to, is Walter Bloomberg or something? Walter, why is Puiz going up so much? Is there some news I'm missing out on? It's just pumping. Okay, I guess we could just search Puiz. What's the news? Oh my gosh, JD Vance posted a Puiz meme. Man, what the hell? JD Vance. Wow. Is he making fun of somebody? Bro, what? Joy Reid, JD Vance got into Yale because they were tired of just letting in white men from New York from all the elites. Okay. And he's just trolling and he posted a Puiz meme. Wow. That's pretty funny.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay, so Puiz ran up to 3 to 5. Okay, and Puiz got a pump or whatever, and even if Puiz like retraces, which is like typical for these moves, that's hilarious, by the way. I think Puiz is everything that we wanted Joe Biden coin to be, right? This thing has so much potential in the future too, especially if he wins president. Here's my theory on it, and like those screenshots or those videos of people who buy Bitcoin every single day for like a year, and it's like they bought Bitcoin every day for like 2 years, and then like the payoff is great. I really think you can do that with Puiz. Like if somebody buys like Puiz every day for like the next 2-3 years until the next election, and then JD Vance gets elected as president, it's gonna pay off like insane. Like I just need a Puiz, a bigger Puiz bag is what I'm saying. I think the potential there is insane. Like if you can hold, like, I'm just go get a job, do what you got to do, make a couple grand or something, and just put it in Puiz coin as like a lotto ticket. Because if this dude becomes the president, this coin is gonna send like way past its all-time high, and probably into the hundreds of millions is what I'm saying. Like it's gonna be President Puiz for 4 years, and it's going to be moving with the news and the that happens every single day. That's at least they would have like an election night pump, like for sure. The volatility would be insane that day or leading up to the event. So I think you probably only have about maybe like a year or so until people start trying to do the same. But yeah, that's my view on Puys. I think a lot of people have the same viewpoint on it. They're probably just accumulating too down here and hoping for like some type of lotto payoff. That's what I call like a lottery ticket payoff. That's the bull case moving forward, is he becomes president. President Puys. I love how he leans into the Puys meme. Yeah, that is also kind of why I have that take on this too, because he leans into the Puys meme. And can you imagine the president of the United States posting Puys? Like, that's pretty bullish. So you got to think into the future. And if you can just hold a bag of Puys, if it comes back down to 4 mil, 3 mil, you know, whatever, I think it's worth a shot. It's better than going to the gas station and buying like 10 Powerball tickets. You know what I'm saying? I would not be surprised if this coin retires people in the next 4 years if he is elected President Puys of the United States. Okay.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
That's my Puys. Why did I gamble other shitters in this current market? Says Coin Sage. I don't, I think Solana traders are starting to be a lot more picky as well too. I think some of these coins, like especially the creator meta, like the stream coin creator meta. Let's go look at Bagwork real quick. Like this was, to me, this pullback was, I don't know, shocking is the word. I only say shocking because of how high it went and how quickly it retraced, right? The streamer coin meta, and they were doing a lot. They had Drake, they were doing all kinds of stuff. They were doing basically everything that they could do, but then they released that NFT project and, like, I guess deleted the tweet or something, and then it just kind of got really weird after that. But it ran all the way up to 50 mil and then retraced in 2 days. And people saw this and they were just like, man, what the hell? Like, how can you even, what do you even do? Like, you can't hold anything like that, you know? That's crazy. I mean, the creators got their fees and they got their bag. That was the bag work. That was a real bag. And it worked, and they got some. They got a bag out of it. But yeah, that's crazy. So I think Solana traders are really starting to be a little bit more picky with what's going on. We got, BSC season 2. We'll look at Dust. Somebody said look at Dust. This is the mascot on Aster. If you do like, perps trading or whatever, he'll pop up on your little P&L card, stuff like that. So he's a pretty cool looking little mascot too. He's like a little mage or something, he's got, or he looks like Jawa from Star Wars. He's just like a silver Jawa. Don't get sued. There's Dust coin though. Dust is currently trying to hold a support level here. It will go as Aster goes, I'm sure. Aster is the Bitcoin to Dust, and its support level is around 5 mil market cap. That's where it's bounced previously, and it's right there right now. This that's a good thing when traders get more picky. It is a good thing. Thoughts on Stan? Stan is very undervalued. I mean, I'll go say that right now. We'll go look at Stan real quick. Oop, I did not spell that right. Stan is actually ridiculous. For as much people that use Stan's content, and Stan, whoever the animator is for Stan, they are definitely one of the best in crypto Twitter, if not the best. I put them up there with Joe and stuff like that. But the way they whip up content so quickly is pretty incredible. So Stan being, so disrespected down here at 2.3 mil is pretty crazy to me for as good a creator as they are. Let's just go to their Twitter, and it's like the Solana culture and the Solana ecosystem uses their content so damn much. Like, who can whip up these quality of animations just on the fly, like current events, like a few hours later, they're posting, you know, like here we go, we got Aster. You know, they're whipping up these videos about Aster. Let's just oh, hold on, let me turn it down. But yeah, just like the quality of these. Let me hold on. What is this? It's like CZ fighting like as a ninja. He's fighting the Hyper Liquid. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy, like the quality. This is like quality you'd see in the cutscenes of like a PS2 game or a PS1 game, and they're just throwing them out there like every other day. Just I don't it's just like people say they care about the culture and they say they care about creators. Well, I would point at Stan Coin as an argument to that and be like, bro, y'all really don't, because that shit's crazy. The shit they put out, like, that's crazy. If we were going by that, like quality of content wise all the time, then this coin would be way higher. Like I don't know, but that's how I feel about Stan. I don't understand, you know. And also is like, how does that translate to tokenomics? How does that translate to the meme coin? I don't know, but the content is fire. That's all I gotta say about that. Let's see. The chat says Puiz is good tech. Thoughts on Mumu? Seems free right now. Yeah, last time we checked Mumu, Mumu was down quite a bit. We were trying to figure out why. But Mumu is definitely free on Ethereum right now. Broke down from the little bit of an accumulation range here. I say a little bit of accumulation range, but this accumulation range has been spanning almost a year now. And every time it hit 2.7 mil, it would have a sell-off at resistance here. And then it finally broke down out of this accumulation range, and it's currently under 1 mil right now. So Mumu is indeed free on Ethereum. And to point out, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Mumu and these types of memes are here to stay, because when you see a meta pop up on a different chain, Mumu will get launched on a different chain. Like, look here, Mumu on Binance launched. Why? Because Mumu is an important meme, and people use Mumu to I don't want to say the word, to grift on new chains that pop up and stuff like that. So you're gonna see your Pepe on BNB, you're gonna see your Bobo on BNB, you're gonna see your Mumu, your Andy, your, you know, whatever. It's all gonna be. These are just the memes people use every single day. It's like you go to Biz, and I'll probably see a Mumu on there. I don't know if I'll see a Mumina. Mumina's kind of like the new. Yeah, there's a Mumina up there, but I'm just gonna keep scrolling. That's just Mumina up there showing her ass. But there's Mumu. He's crying right now because Mumu is like, "What the hell, man? Buy my coin on Ethereum." Intelligent bulls only. Was that the bottom? Mumu is currently wondering if that was the bottom. Got another Mumu. But yeah, these are just memes that we use every single day to just to talk and communicate with each other. And it's Apu, it's Pepe, it's Bobo, it's Wojak, it's, you know, new things that people are creating, and, you know, Giga Chad down there. And yeah, that's just kind of where a lot of the meme lore comes from here anyway. But then there are also good projects like Stan making incredible animation content that don't necessarily have to come from, you know, 4chan. You know, 4chan is kind of, you know, it's a little bit of unk status right now, but the lore is there, the history is there, and Stan is. I'm gonna have to buy some Stan, man. I'm a big fan. Stan the man. Mumu is good, says Bobina. Mr. Borderso, I hope I said that right, reposted the stream as well. But yeah, that's when you see things pop up or whatever. Bobina reposted the stream as well. Hoppy, we can look at Hoppy. Hoppy has been around for quite a while. Hoppy's reaching unk status too now. I like that green, man. That green is always like, just, that's a really cozy green. Like, it's like a storm green. I don't know how to explain it. Like a swamp. That's like an actual swamp, like mossy green on the Hoppy chart. They're at 7 mil right now. I think they are down quite. Yeah, they're chilling at the bottom here too. So a lot of these memes are just chilling at the lows right now. So that is the cozy green. Turtle Staja reposted the stream, said GM Turtle Staja. What's going on? We looked at Neon Cat, we looked at Mooncat, we looked at Bobo, Mog, both down 60% from the local top. Much to the surprise of everybody. Most of the memes, when you put a your price percentage tool on there, everything is pretty much down 60%. Even Troll, I think Troll was down 60% as well. What is SPX down? Let's see. Was it in July? Yeah, here's July, the local top. Let's see what SPX went down to. SPX is around 55%. So they've held a little stronger. That's been the case for them for quite a while now. So they're down 55% instead of 60. So, I mean, 5% here, 5% there. I don't know. But let's go check out Aster real quick. Ass Blaster. They did bounce off this support area here once again, and looks like they're trying to run it back up. If we go to CoinGecko, can you look at Moonkin? Yeah, we can look at Moonkin. Also, I like Moonkin a lot too. I was on Moonkin is World of Warcraft, and correct. Moonkin. This is the reason why Ethereum was named Ethereum, I believe, was because of Moonkin. This was Vitalik's character on World of Warcraft, and it was named Ethereum, something like that. Or Moonkin, something like that, the lore is. But basically, this meme is pretty important in the lore of Ethereum. And it's always kind of been like a sleeper pick for me. Like, if Ethereum really starts taking off, like Ethereum meme coin season again, this is basically free. Right now, it's breaking down from its support level here on 1 million. And it's going into what looks like an accumulation range. Usually when you break these long time support levels, you can just draw the support area out all the way over here, and you're just going to go into like an accumulation, and you have to try to break out back above 1 mil, recapture this level, and then start forming a bull trend. That's usually the case here. But I do like the Moonkin meme as well. I've always called it like the dark horse of the Ethereum memes, because it's so tied to Ethereum lore. I think it's really cool. Like for a meme that isn't considered to be in what like we would call like the Pepe verse, frogs, bears, market memes, whatever. It's kind of like doing its own thing. It has a lot of lore to the chain. So I do like Moonkin a lot, and you are starting to enter an accumulation range, so maybe I should start accumulating too. A lot of these coins are really at the lows right now on Ethereum. Like, this is kind of the time where, you show people the charts and they're like, oh, that looks so bad, but that's like the perfect time to buy. Like, I would have like coworkers when I worked at this store. I think like Bitcoin was 3K, 4K, really nuked after COVID, and I showed them the chart, and they're like, oh man, that looks terrible. I definitely wouldn't buy that. That's done, man. Bitcoin, that's a scam. It's never going back up. And then I was just like, no, bro, like you need to just buy some at least, just to lick a little bit. This is the best time to buy. That's what I always tell them. And they're just like, okay, just like kind of blow it off. I kind of feel like we're at that point with a lot of these memes right now too. Like, you show them, like, just show the charts to people that don't really trade, and their facial reaction, they're gonna be like what the bruh. That's the best time to buy. Like, and that is the time I would usually tell like my mom, because that is like the max R&R. There's not a lot of downside really left on all these. Like, so if you're gonna tell your mom to buy Mog coin, right, you would want to tell your mom to buy Mog coin around 200 mil, and not 100 or at $1.5 billion whatever. You would want to tell your mom to buy the lows, right? You're going to want to tell your mom to buy Bobo coin at 25, 26 million, and not you know, at the range highs. So this is a perfect time to tell mom, is what I'm trying to say. I might tell my mom today. Are you gonna tap into banker season since season 1 is ending? I'm gonna have to tap into banker, because banker seems like they're the only ones giving everybody airdrops right now. Everybody was waiting for pump fun airdrops, but then banker is just like, you get an airdrop, you get an airdrop. So I definitely would like to participate in this. This is another coin that I think is just incredibly undervalued, still at 52 million, because they are cooking so hard on base chain. And I'm telling you, once that meta hits, something happens on Ethereum. It breaks back out. It goes into price discovery. These coins that I'm talking about at the lows right now are going to be like gone. Like this, like banker, we're going to look back at banker at like 52 mil and be like, what the hell? Because this thing will be soaring. These dudes are coding their asses off over here, giving people airdrops. And I'm probably going to be looking back at this price like, damn, I should have just backed up the truck. It can go lower, obviously, just because of the state of the market right now, but I'm looking at everything like long term. I always look at everything long term. We can chart short term supports or whatever, but just like project wise, like that's why I like on Troll, like when we're talking about Troll coin, like there you go, you got your bounce, and now look at Troll coin, we're so back, right? Because long term this can be a really great project that a lot of people think can go to $1 billion. So you know, just stick to your long-term thesis on a lot of these things. That's the thing like banker coin. I think banker coin can run up to those high levels too, because they're coding their asses off. It's insane. I'm confident that banker will be a Coinbase flagship product. I believe that too. What up? I really do. I mean, they're already like just, you know, chatting it up on the timeline every day, it seems, right? They're working over there. They're working. So when the market turns around, they're gonna be doing pretty well, I think. The frogs.eth says, I like bears. I like the bears. We looked at Moonkin. Let me go back up through the chat. Liquidity. Someone said President Puiz looks. Oh, Bobina said shit looks primed. The locked liquidity looks good too. Yeah, so JD Vance just posted a Puiz meme, everyone. So if you're wondering why Puiz went up so much, he just sent it. He just posted the Puiz meme. Pretty funny. So that is definitely something to think about long term as well. I'm just looking at everything long term, because that's the only thing we really can do when we're all kind of down bad, right? On a lot of things, except people that bought the bottom of Aster and CZ just started bull posting. It caught everybody off guard. Right, but everything is really down like 60% from the local highs in July. Pretty much every single coin. You know, Fart coin has had a really nasty sell-off here too. It's kind of like, you know, clinging to this line right here. Maybe it's trying to form some monster wedge. We're just gonna draw a monster wedge pattern here for Fart coin, but you see it's like sliding down the support line right here. But yeah, or can you? Maybe that way too. I don't know. They're drawing them all which way on Fartcoin right now. They're trying to find the answers on Fartcoin chart right now, and we are too. But it's got to find a bottom somehow. You can draw it that way. You can draw it that way. You can even draw a horizontal support all the way over here. You see this area where you broke out from this really pretty looking cup and handle pattern back in April. You're back at support right there too. So I guess we can get rid of all these. I think that's still relevant right there, sliding down that. It looks like that was getting bid all the way down. But now you are back at a support level right here that you broke out of in April. Oh wait, that started your whole bull run all the way up to $1.60. So I would say this is a pretty damn good support area to maybe take a shot on Fartcoin. You definitely don't want to fall below like 50 cents or anything. That would be like below this area of support right here. But you can see back here where it broke out this beautiful pattern right here. And also it looked like it was being market made beautifully from this point. And then as we noted on stream, something changed because it stopped following the patterns at some point around here, and it just started trading a lot more jagged. and the patterns became harder to distinguish, and it's kind of been weird after that. So I don't know if like a market maker just pieced out or what, but from a TA standpoint, it kind of looks like that. But nonetheless, Fartcoin is back at a really solid area of what I would consider support here. Not only diagonal, but horizontal. There's hopium, fart bros. There's hopium. Do I have a fart sound somewhere? Wow, that was really loud. I don't know if you guys heard that. So is LTC still hanging on? We can go check LTC. I haven't checked any of like the quote-unquote blue chip altcoins. LTC is still holding on to a support. They actually are at support right here at 106, 105. Look at this area resistance right here. Now acting as a support. You bounced there one time, and now you're just trying to hold on right there. Let's zoom out a little bit on LTC. This is an area you've been, it's acted as resistance in 2024, 2023. It dumped from this area in 2022. So this is a really big area to hold for Litecoin. Basically holding above $100, you know, or $100 is what LTC has had trouble with for the last couple years. And it's currently trying to do that right now. Maybe the miners switch over to LTC, you know, get tired of mining Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm only locked in memes right now, says Bobino. Locked in with the memes across the board. Yeah, so, you know, Ethereum is, you know, it's given this red flag, but I swear it's a bear trap. I swear it's a bear trap. So those people that are not watching my stream right now that are going crazy in the comments, calling me every name in the book, that's where's Hank at? This is them right now. Every time I post a distribution chart,
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
that's what they're doing right now. I think it's a bear trap. You know, I'm just gonna say it. My gut, you know, I'll put my gut against Ansem's gut. How about that? My gut against Ansem's gut. I think my gut's telling me it's a bear trap. I mean, we've already had a really nice sell-off since Ansem stated that, so he could kind of hedge it at this point, right? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that think Bitcoin's going a lot lower, down to like 90K or whatever. It's going to be tough to do that, but I think we can work out of this area here if we chop sideways, hold these levels. We got some bullish potential patterns that could be forming here. Let me show you once again. Kind of see this little jagged continuation inverse head and shoulders pattern starting to play out here. I actually love this pattern. Is actually a really dope pattern I see play out a lot. It looks like it had a false breakout too, but something like this. These are really, I think this is a 3 drives. Is that a 3 drives pattern? I can look that up real quick. TA Master over here, 3 drives pattern. Let me look at that real quick. Close to it. Oh, it would make a new low. I'm trying to think of like a 3 drives pattern. No, it's kind of just like a slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern right there. But yeah, it would have to come all the way back down here to around 103 to make that drives pattern. But I'm kind of seeing maybe a little bit of a right shoulder forming here on Bitcoin. A potential neckline breakout. You see how it was rejected pretty hard. There's like a breakout right there. So there is a little bit of a weird neckline here forming where bears are selling off every time it taps this trend line here. So I'm watching that on Bitcoin. I'm watching this beautifully painted distribution pattern on Ethereum. I think it's a trap. This looks too damn juicy for bears. Typically a distribution pattern looks exactly like this. Then it'll chop around here, break down, retest, and then mark down. That's your typical distribution pattern. But we do this and send, and it's all it's all over for the bears, and we get Murad back on the timeline.
The meme coin supercycle is not just a prediction about the future. It's already happening.
And this guy is gonna have a really bad time. He'll be dead. All right, he'll be dead at that point. So I'm holding out hopium, but just know that pattern exists. And I'm just stating, I'm just putting it out there. I hope it is invalidated. I hope it isn't a distribution pattern. My meme coin is on Ethereum. You understand? Like, I don't want that to happen. So, yeah, someone said it could go up, it could go down. Buy my paid group, bro. That's how it works out here. But yeah, we checked out Apu too. Apu is free. Let me go look at Apu on Dex real quick. What the heck? Where's Apu, man? Apu 44. Apu is so free right now. It's pretty ridiculous, like the Apu civil war that they've had to go through and stuff like that. This is one of the hardest working communities, the hardest working teams in crypto. If you buy this coin at the lows here, just know you're gonna have like one of the best teams fighting for you for it to go back up, like point blank period. Like I haven't really got vibes from a team this strong. I can just go like, to Apu.io, just like their website and everything they do. Apu live on Hyperliquid. We're proud to announce Apu. Okay. Tokenomics, like all this stuff up here, man. Like this is just crazy. So, and then let's go. I don't want to, I'm bullish on Pepe too, but if you go to the Pepe website, it's we'll just call it classic. We'll call it classic. So, Apu is having a little bit of a capitulation right now. So this is where the Bears take advantage. I know there's a lot of Bo Bros probably looking at this like, hell yeah, brother. We're about to come in here and
bruh
just buy some tokens. There was a lot of Bobo holders as well. I'll point this out with the Joe capitulation. Wick, that was IMF coded, IMF exchange. They were trying to hold support here. Then someone got liquidated on IMF, the protocol, and wicked it all the way down to 10 mil. We have had a lot of Bobo holders, a lot of the Bobo Council coming in here and scooping up this as well. So we got the Bears, man. The Bobo Council, they're full of, there's a lot of like cults and cliques or, that are just so one dynamic, just tweet about one ticker. But like the Bobo Council, it is like a market meme, and there's a lot of traders in Bobo that have done really well for themselves, and it's turned into a really like dope trading community. And they came in here, and I'm telling you, they're bidding Joe down here. They want to buy a lot of Joe at the lows. The Bears are currently feasting on the red candles and trying to get you guys back up to your support level around 25 mil. So the Bears are eating. The Bears are currently eating on the Joe chart. So we'll see how much they can eat. And we'll go to Apu. We're going to see how much the Bears can eat on Apu right now. Because Apu is starting to get a little bit of a little capitulation look to it too now here. Let's see here. Something like, there's your trend line. Support, back test, sell off. Looking at horizontal support would be right around here, like 37. You're almost there right now. This would be your next area of like horizontal support. But yeah, it's there you go. Like I said, you're gonna get one of the best like hardworking teams, a team I really haven't felt strongly about since I saw like Pudgy Penguins, and I'm being dead ass serious when I say that too. The Pudgies just were relentless, and they didn't stop working. Even when Pudgy NFTs were down, like kind of like how Apu is right now, eventually these the people that are selling and like trying to destroy the chart, they will be out of tokens, and new holders will come in. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people that have been sidelined on Apu this whole time, and they thought maybe they thought 80 mil wasn't the best entry. They see 44 mil as that's a pretty damn good entry, but trust me, buyers are sitting and waiting for this thing, and they're going to join and try to send things back. That's just how it goes. Cycles happen, new participants enter, and they send. Go to the Bobo chart. Let's go to the Bobo chart real quick. I got every line in the world drawn on the Bobo chart. This happen. Cycles happen, new participants enter, and they send it. goes down, new participants enter, they go up. And then we've just been kind of a product of the Ethereum ecosystem ever since. And now we're just kind of like in this weird choppy accumulation, and we need people to accumulate the tokens who believe we can send it way higher, which is the reason we're all still around, because we still believe. Correct? Do you think we can get an IMF candle on Mog soon? I'd have to look at Morpho, but they definitely do have. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I mean, this is all on chain too. They could say I'm fudding or whatever, but they have a bunch of supply locked in the IMF protocol, and it's not really FUD anymore when you see what it just did to the Joe chart, right? And I think that is what is causing a lot of, the sell-off on Mog usually Mog would get bid really hard if Ethereum or the market caught a bid. And right now it's not doing that. I think there's a lot of cloudiness and what's going on with Mog and IMF right now. So, I mean, that's just something they can do as a team. I think they can remove their tokens and fix that, but for whatever reason they're not, if they're like locked in the protocol or whatever. But currently there is, I'd have to go back and see, but I believe they have enough liquidity locked in that protocol that could send them like really low, like lower than Joe, is what I'm saying. So it happened on Joe. We're not crazy. It's like, the Alex Jones rant. That's what they're trying to make us look like. Let me go look up Alex Jones rant real quick. Alex Jones tinfoil hat. Do I sound crazy, talking about this? Not anymore. Let's look at Alex Jones real quick. Tinfoil hat, talking about the sell-offs.
And then you can protect your head from the sun so you don't get...
See how fast I did that? Folks, I'm an expert. Every day when I leave work, I do this. Let's do a wide shot, guys. People see the full power.
So you might as well drink some BPA water while you're at it. Then you can go ahead and do a detox and start cleaning yourself out later and neutralizing all the aluminum. So anyway, soups.
Yeah, that's what we look like when we're talking about it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like talking about it that much. That's why I have not really talked about that token, because they want to attack me or whatever, but it's happening on charts. It's there for everybody to see on chain. They're going to call me a hater. They're going to point out the Bobo chart being down. They're going to be like, you suck, ba-da-da. And it's just like, bruh. I don't even... Be my guest. Go trade it. I don't care anymore. I am crazy, says the council. They have 17%, says Alexander. It's something like that. It's like it's up there. It's up there. I don't know if it's 17, but there's people out there that have it like threads on it and have it laid out though. Let's see. It says deadass. Apu loves you. Rex says turtle. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm so bullish on the Apu community. I really am. Of course, not to say that I'm not bullish on my own Bobo community. The Bobo community is just so damn solid, man. I love the community that Bobo has built. They're just like so different. They just kind of, I don't know. The Bobo community is just like constantly in the shadows, just like lurking around, and like they come out on the timeline every once in a while and they're like, yeah, I just made a bunch of money in this play. Or they come out and something bad happens to a chart and they're like, yeah, I told you so, and they post bear memes, and it's just like, it's everything Bobo should be. I think it's really turned into a great thing. You said Joe is also free. Yeah, Joe is free. People are bidding Joe. I've seen a lot of people trying to accumulate Joe while they can for cheap. I mean, these guys have the IP, and that meme has been getting really popular, more popular than it's ever been, I would say, on the timeline. Let me go look at their holders real quick to see how much it takes to be a quote-unquote Joe whale or whatever. 10, so still quite a bit. It'd be 180,000 to get 1%. So it's still, I mean, damn, it's still up there. But But yeah, you can get into the top 50. You can get into the, if you really want to go all in on Joe, top 100. Or maybe you're still waiting. I don't know. Either way, it's shown that it can go on a run. Also, let's talk about one more coin. Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Now, there's some speculation going on with Harry Potter right now. They're saying, you know, they could potentially send this coin right now. If we go to the what is it? The AIXBT Bitcoin. AIXBT said a bunch of whales were starting to buy Harry Potter. I don't know. You can go search it though. AIXBT agent was talking about ticker Bitcoin, and some quote unquote people were buying it up. They're trying to accumulate supply to like send it finally. I don't know. So that's just another thing to note. So let me go look at the Bitcoin chart again, the Harry Potter Bitcoin chart, and add it to the watch list. I had all these coins on the watch list already, by the way. It's just this is like a new account, so I'm having to re-add all these things. Let's see, 2 years. Let's add this one. Let's add that to the watch list. Hearing things, something is happening. So it's also kind of basically an accumulation. Harry Potter chart looks a lot like the Bobo chart. Actually, let me go back to not this Bobo chart. That's the base chain Bobo chart. So out here, let's see here. Yeah, let me go back to Bitcoin now. Yeah, pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. So most of all these Ethereum coins are kind of following each other, but I am crazy. It's 17%, says Bobina. Anyway, I wanted to do a shorter stream. I promised my wife I would go out, and we're going to go out and about, and we had to buy something. Oh, I'd buy like air filters for the AC. I'm really slacking on my my fatherly duties right now. I got to go be a quote unquote man. I got to go out there and do some dad stuff, I guess, and make sure my family doesn't crumble to dust and pass away. That's what I have to do, you know. Can't be a lazy lion, you know. Let the Nala lion go out there and just gather all the food, you know, be like the fat lion that sits at home all day. So unfortunately I have to go outside. It sucks. Anyway, that has been my time. I do thank you all for yours, and the target remains Bobo Billions. I may try to go live again late tonight and maybe do like a gaming stream or something and then switch it up in the charts. Depends on what happens in the market. I am still bullish on Ethereum. I think that distribution pattern is a bear trap. I'm not falling for it. Ansem's gut versus my gut. I think we pump. It feels really bear trappy to me. That's all I'm going to say. So see you guys later. I hope you all have a really good rest of your day. And yeah, that's it. Let's get out of here. Bobo Billions.
Let me see your hands to bring you outside in my land. I've been with the gangsters, been dead news, hanging out the window, let it bang. For the right price, you'll do.
Sausage and olives and
Look what
onions
you did, you little jerk.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
shit. Here we go again.